Hey everyone, so I am on GuildRock SMP. It's been a while since I've kind of streamed, but I figured I'm building this whole multi-item sort of system. Let me get the title right. It is the main storage 1.2 by, I'm gonna butcher this name, but Gortafame and the team at Quarantena. I apologize immensely. I know I'm not saying that right, but I don't know how to say it correctly. So this is what I've built so far. This is, let me jump out real quick. What am I doing? Come on. It's been so long since I've streamed, I've forgotten how to do it. So we are here. My base is up here. My base is there. This is the OG area. And then if we come through down here, we're going to change this area to be the proper entrance. Not lit up even slightly. So this is going to be, well, this is where the entrance will be, but we'll make it look actually good. So we're going to come in here, and the way it works, that is just holding some stuff for the shulker loader. Basically, you walk in here, you throw your stuff in there, and then if we come around here, it's seriously the coolest system I've seen. So it drops down there, and then whoop. Okay, we're way too close. So then drops down here. And circles around here, there's hoppers and everything that push things out. And it comes down here, and this is the whole sorting things into non-stackables and all that kind of stuff. Haven't quite figured this part out because it's not working in creative. It works one way, but it doesn't work the same way here, so I've got to figure that out. There's a few changes that I've had to make that on my creative copy it works fine, but not in survival, so we change that and it's fine. So it all comes out, and then it goes up into all these different water streams based on where things go. And if we jump over here, so come along here, and let me get down. So these are auto crafters for all the different things that can be crafted, like all the gold blocks and all that sort of stuff. The things that can be crafted and then uncrafted, and then they pop up here. Goes around to the rest of it. Then that'll come up here, it'll go through here to the mini bulk, which these are shulker loaders through here. Each of these will be a different thing, so it'll be a different shulker loader. Down here, along here, we'll have blocks to show what is going to be in each of these. Don't want that. Then it comes around here, goes to the big bulk, where, well, we'll be able to store a lot of stuff. Each of these are also shulker loaders, so 4 double chests of shulkers should be able to handle most things. Although, and then right now, and what I'm going to be working on in today's stream, this is it's going to be an octa-haul. So these are, I'm using Structura to build the different layers, so this is going to be up there. So we're going to have, there's chests here, then barrels, and then more barrels on top. So it just kind of circles its way through, loops its way through until it finally gets through here, ends up in here, and then these are the basically the excess storage. And then this little thing here is a shulker, empty shulker creator, shulker box creator, I guess. So with all that out of the way, let's crack on with it. So I've just been getting stuff done, and so I've got to figure out what I'm up to. Ah, yes. Alright. Hey, Kana, how are ya? This is what I was working on while you were working on those, the Pepsi cans and all that. This is the bulk storage that I've been talking about for quite some time. So there's a whole lot of this sort of stuff, just individual placing. So what I did for these big ones over here, I actually just did one side, just one slice, I guess, the whole way up, because we had things like this upside down sticky piston. If you built it layer by layer, you'd get to the sticky piston and go, oh, that's not good. And I've left all the water streams and the unlock systems and everything. I'll do those at the end. I won't get to that today. There's still so much to do here. Yeah, there's a lot of storage. Do I need this much storage? Come on, Red. I would have thought of all the people you could appreciate the necessity of massive amounts of storage. Honestly, no, probably not. But I've never built a massive main storage like this before, and I just wanted it, you know? Sometimes you just build things because they're cool, not for any particular practical reason. But having said that, just because we don't need it immediately doesn't mean that you know, if you build it, they will come. It's that field of dreams. So I do know I've got a lot of stuff. Oops. I've got a lot of stuff in storage. Let me show you. Chibi's got all this just kind of sitting here, and he's like, when's the storage going to be done? When's the storage? I got so much. It's just like random stuff. I'm sure it's a system that makes sense for him in the same way as my system probably doesn't make sense for anyone but me. But yeah, we figure things out. So, oh my gosh. So for those who missed it at the beginning, I'm using Structura for this system. Just because it can be hard to remember exactly where to put everything, and if you leave one thing out, or if you do a redstone slime and put a repeater facing the wrong direction, look, it's just easier to do it this way. And since I've got the tool, why not? And for those who missed it, Redstone Slime built this incredible ultimate tic-tac-toe machine, and then spent hours trying to figure out what went wrong. And it was, as I recall, a repeater facing in the wrong direction. One of the reasons why I've gone this route rather than building, let me jump down here to show you, rather than going heavily into, say, the, words. Why are my words not working today? One of the reasons why I've gone more heavily into this side of things rather than into building like a mega base is because of this. You see, I can get up to 3 at a time before they go ghost. And that's the same this way. And it lets me run, and it hasn't worked since there. So, oh, it was more than just one repeater, was it? Ah. Well, then you undersold it. Or I misunderstood what you said. But it turned out alright, didn't it, Red? It was a fantastic contraption. So yeah, building is a bit of a nightmare for me. And it's only on this particular server on GuildRock. And it doesn't occur on the creative version, so I don't think it is any of the add-ons that we've got or anything like that. It's just, yeah, it's just suboptimal. But we do what we can with what we've got. Isn't that right? And I don't have one of those. Let me get, I think, target block. I've got amethyst. Yep. Just need some target blocks. Yeah, I've always had like a little bit of lag, but like, so like nerd polling, as Carly likes to call it, where you jump and jump and jump. Like, yeah, I've always had an issue with that on GuildRock. It's never been fantastic. You know, if you pole up too quickly, you get thrown off. So, you know, I've adapted my gameplay to that, but it was the spring update, 1.21.70. As soon as that hit, it was awful. And, oh, am I out of target blocks? Nope, put them there. Yes, and so since 1.21.70, this has just been a nightmare. So I had considered doing some other stuff, but yeah, it's just too terrible to build with. So you know, I've worked with Bean trying to figure out how we can go about it, but like nothing's helped, which is annoying for everyone concerned. So we're putting target block on that because they're in. But, you know, I'd still be preferring to play Minecraft with my friends than not, so I'm still here. It's just meant that, I don't know, I haven't really been as phased about streaming and everything. You know, I went missing for a little bit because we had a couple of deaths in the family, a couple of miscarriages, so I wasn't really in the headspace to do any videos, anything like that. Yeah, things fine now, but coming back, and I was like, all right, time to get back to it. I'll come back to that when I can see properly. Time to get back to it, and then all the building issues, because it's not just building. Like, this is not fun to do with the redstone as well. So pretty much anything, putting it down, you can only put 2 at a time down before it goes, no, I don't want you to do that. Anyway, so what I generally like to do is get a basic framework, get most of the stuff, and then kind of go from there. So, do we have, yeah. Oh, this is different. So, over this side, because all this stuff is AB, but over this side, come on. And this is the main reason why I like to build without structure in the way, because sometimes it can be hard to see what's blocks and what's not. Anyway, so on this side we have solid block and chain, and on this one we have solid block and slab. Interesting. I think to do that, I'll go back this way. Maybe? I don't know. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go, because it's one thing to build it in creative, it's an entirely different thing to to build it in survival. Right, so if we have that, I can get my repeaters in, just so that they're all in the right spot, and then I will turn off this, well, push up the structure. So, I've got chain there. Oops. Got chain there. I do have that on there. That's all fine. Okay. Make sure I've got the repeaters in the right direction over this side. Like so. And then my handy dandy little thing. More calculations are done server side, resulting in constant desync. Why would more calculations be done? Like, because that would suggest that they've fundamentally changed the... Where am I? Oh, that would suggest that they've fundamentally changed how parts of the game are working, but why would they have done that? That doesn't, like, I can see how that would work, but I just don't see what different things they would have been calculating. Sorry for people who can't see the chat, that was Red said, I think the lag issues are because more calculations are done server side, resulting in constant desync. I mean, that theory definitely checks out. I'm just trying to think why. I just saw Kana saying that she felt bad for laughing when I fell the second time. Oh, you haven't been on my streams before. I fall a lot, even without this. There was one last season when I was trying to build the balloons, and my gosh, it was embarrassing how many times I fell. Some people are just more prone to falling. Sometimes I get vertigo IRL from the migraines that somehow translates into vertigo in game, which is kind of bizarre. To limit the effectiveness of hacked clients. Yeah, I can see that. Definitely see that one. Yeah, because we've all seen hacked clients. They're a bit of a scourge on the game at times. Particularly on those big realms and stuff. I was watching my kids play Bed Wars or something like that, one of those big ones, and it was like there were people that were able to shoot through walls and all kinds of stuff that kind of ruins the experience for everyone else. That is, yeah, it's something that gaming companies have been trying to combat for years, although it's not necessarily a hacked client problem. Like, I remember early Counter-Strike days trying to play against other people, and I was on dial-up and they had ADSL, and yeah, it wasn't really a contest. So it's coming through here to make sure we've got all these in place. Bones. I feel like Tigger. Alright. Get these barrels on. The reason for the chains. So, if you see these repeaters, they're sitting on chains, same as these ones. The reason for the chains is because it holds up redstone components like the chains, but it doesn't pass a redstone signal through. So, so when I do the next layer, actually we can have a look at it right now. Here we are. Is it that one? No, one more. I think it's that one. Nope, one more. So, if we have a look, see, yeah, so this way we don't have any potential issues where, like we don't want to lock these hoppers. And at the same time, because it's a multi-item sorter, we want to be able to reach through when it's done, because these are going to be our filters. So yeah, like these ones here, we don't want those. We don't want solid blocks there in case it, well, for starters, it would mess up. Oh, actually, no, that wouldn't mess up the stream. We need to have something here, and that kind of keeps that. You could probably put slabs there, but for these ones here, it's on this particular row. It's so that we can, when we're ready, we can reach in and do our filters and everything through here, because this will be free and clear. But yeah, that's the reason for the chains. It's a good question, and that's also why sometimes you have to do some weird things to get the chains correctly oriented, because they can't be horizontal. They have to be vertical, otherwise they don't sit on properly. Yeah, exactly. Better option than glass to access all those. Because otherwise you're going to have to break them, and by breaking them you're dropping items into the hoppers, or you've got to fetch the items out. It's just for that particular thing, it's better for that. For areas like here, the reason is so that it doesn't lock things that you don't want locked, and it redirects the redstone signal properly. Yeah. This is the part that's annoying, trying to get to the right one. Yes, I don't know, Holoprint does it better. Right, so on this side, we know we just have... Okay, I'll just pick block that. That goes there. That's everything on that side. And good. Right. Sometimes the hardest part is getting up and down and figuring out where you've got to go. Like so. I did tell you I fall a lot. Yeah? You've been warned. Alright, so... Oh, and so through here you could just do straight slabs, I guess. But for this, we're going to need to do something like this, because we don't want to accidentally lock any of the hoppers and barrels and stuff. Because locking and unlocking is one of the most important parts of a chest hole or any bulk storage, because you want to lock as many hoppers as you can, but you want them to either unlock when they're supposed to, or stay unlocked at the right times. No, I don't die a lot, generally because I have, I have good gear, and I always got a totem on me. Plus, I don't usually die very often to mobs. Mainly because I like to light up my areas. So this is sort of a unusual area in that it's a guild area rather than my personal area. In my area, you're not going to need to worry about mobs because it's lit up as deep as like right down to bedrock. All the caves that I could find, everything's lit up. Okay. So I think I've died 37 times, 37 clones. And one of the main reasons for that is because I've got a weird bug spawn trap thing. So for some bizarre reason, my bed spawned me underneath it, which was just great because there was a 200 block gap to the ground. And so I died over and over and over again until I figured it out. One? Yes, it's that one. Whoa. There's nothing there. Okay, so I believe, yes. So the water comes around this side and drops off here because then it comes off the edge here, down, falls onto there, and then goes around one more time. So if we come around over here, I got my ice, got my stoof. So before we do that though, let's get our buttons and stuff in place. That'll finish there. This will go that way. Ah, saw it happening, and yes. Okay. Glass me up. Placing each of these individually is such a treat. Okay, so I think we've, oh no, we haven't locked in everything yet. Ooh. Working with water and redstone is, yeah, you wanna be sure you've got everything all locked down before you start messing with it. So that's where my amethyst is going to go. And then, oh, I got some more glass over here. I use stone for building blocks like this just because. Stone button, did I? Yep, used all my stone buttons. So one thing that doesn't show up in Structura is the gates. So for some bizarre reason, I know there's gates in different places. Oh, oops, button there. But for some reason, the gates just don't show up in Structura. So the reason I'm doing it this way is because otherwise I've got to use a bucket of water. So this goes down here. Okay. I can figure it out from here. It's just water streams. That one gets me every time. water stream goes down here. We have... Oops, gonna need a couple more buttons. I wish there were quartz buttons. Those would be cool. Nope. Alright, we're going to get to the right spot. 2 more. There, and got to send it that way. Yep, good. The reason for the buttons inside the water source blocks is so that we don't accidentally have, I don't know, like glowing squid or drowns or stuff like that. I mean, most of these places there isn't going to be drowns because of the light levels, but I'm sure there'll be a few of them. Fall counter, that's like some of the drinking games they play where people die of poisoning because it happens so often. Yeah, so the buttons in the water source blocks is just as a precaution to make sure that nothing goes wrong. That mobs don't accidentally spawn where they shouldn't. And yeah. A couple more. Good. Are we going to end in the right spot? Looks promising. Yes, that was calculated correctly. Hooray! Yeah, so as you see the water, so it'll drop down from higher level. Actually, you can kind of see the top water stream up here. But that one will drop the items in there. It'll run all the way around there, checking against all these hoppers, the filters, and then it'll come down here, land on that one, and then go down there and check against all the filters on there. And the way to get to the filter on this side, the easiest way is to just take that off, and then you can access it from here. Technically, you can kind of get in sort of like that, but it's easy to just knock that one off. And there will be item frames and everything through here so that we know exactly what is where. Alright, I think that's that layer done. Woohoo! So, we're going to need to go all the way up. Is it that one or is it the next dancey one? Nope, it's the next dancey one. That dancey one. Okay. How fun. So, for this one, what are we going to need? Make sure we've got everything we need for this layer. So these blocks here, these are markers for what's in the particular filters. So those aren't actually going to go in right now. But we need, going to need a lot of the repeaters. So we've got repeaters, full blocks, torches, frog lights. And the reason why we use frog lights rather than other types of lights is because frog lights are both a light source, so it keeps mobs away, and they are also a solid block. So you wouldn't be able to use, say, sea lanterns or... the glowstone is also functions as glass. And we need hoppers. So these hoppers go straight in. All right, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Yoink. So, get rid of some of the stuff. Don't need that. That can go in there. Don't need those. Yep, that'll be enough. Probably should get some more repeaters. I think I'm gonna need a lot. How is overflow handled? So after it comes out down here, so this is after it's gone through all the different areas, comes down here, and this water stream goes right the way through to here, comes up and goes into these. So there's I haven't built them yet, but there is going to be a shulker loaders here, which then feed into here. So we have these. So if you throw, that's a cool system. Literally, if you throw that on, throw that on there, and then it goes up. So it loads into here. So you'll have display stuff here, so you can literally pull it out, you know, check it, throw it, whatever, and it'll dispense it. So I wonder, if I throw that there, not sure. I don't know. It works. But yeah, so the overflow goes into here, and at the start all the non-stackables will go into that area. And I guess part of building these is not exactly knowing how you're going to use it. So, you know, you could always you can always improve on a storage system, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure whether this is maybe too much, perhaps. In future, like one of the improvements I'm thinking is like through here, either this side or probably swapping these two over, but instead of having a mini bulk like this, actually having an item categorizer. So for all the random stuff, you know, the 15 different, what am I trying to say? Like the 15 different fence post types, or how many there are. I think there's 12. So all those, having a separate categorizer system as part of that, I think might work better for the way that I typically use this. So I need mega bulk for a number of items, or your dirts and stones and deep slate and stuff like that, because my storage is completely overflowing. And then I need kind of an octahole sort of situation like this. Now you can see how it will actually function. So you're going to have some storage in here, so each of these are going to be different items, and so from here you'll be able to access anything from standing anywhere along here. And there's lights underneath here, so that's why the whole thing's nice and lit up. Where was I? We need hoppers, we need barrels. So each of those sides, so this side, that side, those are 30 slices, and then the octahole has 32 slices. So a full stack handles both sides nicely. Alright, I think I got enough of those. Got enough of those. Let's grab, yeah, that. smooth quartz. Probably going to need a bit of that. And probably grab some more of that too. Not enough torches. Don't need the chains. Wait. Chains are there? No, chains are there. There. Yes. Don't worry, found them first time. Chains are there, and I do need some more torches. Woohoo! Alright. So this is kind of A-B tiled, I guess. So if we get a A-B going, I haven't needed those stairs for a long time. Yeah, so this is why we don't use chains on all of them, because some of them we're going to need dust. And then, should we use stone? Yeah, we use the stone, smooth stone in there. This one. Tell you what, inventory management, not my strong suit. I guess that's why I'm building a bulk storage. Okay, so we have that and that. Then is that everything that we need for here? Kind of want, which, the question is, which direction are we gonna have the barrels? What am I doing? Because if we're gonna have them down, then it would be best to have this across there, so that we can put the barrels kind of, I just use my finger, pointing up. Yeah, I think that'll look best, because we've got this part of the barrel showing on each of them everywhere else, so that'd be good. And amount of stone. Yeah, whatever. We can use smooth stone. It's only construction. Whoa. For a second there I thought I was meant to put carpet there, but no. That's just wall. Hey Sagar, how are you? Just working on the multi-system storage, the main storage on GuildRock SMP. Where am I from? I am from Australia, on the other side of the world. It's almost lunchtime. Nope, not that. So welcome, new subscriber. Always good to have new people in. There we go, that's there. Hey Lexi Purple. So GuildRock is a survival multiplayer. We have around 40 people playing here. Some of the people in chat are from survival. If you check the description on this video, it's got links to the other, there's a bunch of other YouTubers and Twitch streamers. I'm not a Twitch streamer, but I am on YouTube. Links to all theirs are on there, and then the Discord and all that is in there. So if you want to learn more about GuildRock, that is all in the description. Thanks, Saga. So this is work done by Gore to Fame, which I'm sure I'm pronouncing incorrectly. So this was done by well, significant portions of this, most of this adapted for survival by me, but this was built by GuildRock Fame. Since we've got a couple more people in here since I showed it at the beginning, essentially what happens, so we've got our guild area outside, come through here and you just kind of toss your stuff in there into this fountain, and that's both shulkers of stuff and loose items. You literally just throw everything in there, lands in there, and comes down into this area here where it is sent out into 6 different processing stations, which then go out into here, separates things that are shulkers and non-shulkers, and kind of processes everything. Let me get to a better spot for you to see. But I fall a lot. So then the rest of that is all processed down here. My mic's muted. Really? Can anyone else hear me? Uh-oh. An error occurred. That's unfortunate. Okay, just refresh my stream. Is my mic still on? If someone can let me know if you can still hear me. Anyway, so comes down here, goes into the water streams, gets processed. My mic is de-unmutified. Okay, thanks, Red. Comes out to, so you can see through here. There's all the crafters where things like iron ingots and nuggets and all that is then processed, things that can be turned back. So that all goes to there, and then it goes to there. It goes to the main storage area and gets pushed out. Ooh, let me go up. You're a troll. All right, no worries. Bit of fun had by all. All good. No, because my stream that I'm running, so that I can see the comments on that, it said an error has occurred. So, so yeah. So then it comes up into here, goes into the mini bulk. These are all shulker loaders, and so it processes around the top there, and then comes to this area, which is the big bulk. So these are also shulker loaders, and comes into, so, you know, 4 double chests of shulkers of stuff is big enough even for me, I think. And then it comes around and goes a couple of laps of this and each of these. So this is called an octohole because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 octo. So in each slice there's 8 different things with their own filters and all that. So that's how all that works. All right, we have that. That's good. All right. All right. There we go. One time, just to mess with people, I used diamond blocks as a for my building scaffolding material. I was pillaring up with them. That was fun. Hello, expert Minecrafter. Great to have an expert Minecrafter in here. Welcome. Just working on this main storage area for GuildRock. So if I build on these 2. And get that in. we need... Not that. So once I've got this in place, then I'll move the... So I'm using structurer to see where exactly things need to be. So I can see... Let me start that one again. I'm using structurer connected to this little guy here to see where everything needs to go. That may not actually be far enough now. How to implement this layout. So this specific layout, if you want to know exactly this, there's a Bedrock Storage Tech Discord, which Quarterfame has. He's got a world download for this and a whole lot of discussion about how to implement it. That would be the place to go for that. Let me grab all this. Right, so now that I've done that, I've got to go up and actually build this next level. So for, whoop, I don't want to do that. Why would I want to do that? That's counterproductive. So there's a whole lot of doing the same thing many times over. This one has 32 slices per side. One of the reasons why we can get away with such a large storage area is because it's all going to be loaded. Whoop. Woohoo! Did it! All going to be loaded because we play on simulation 6, which is just gives us extra area because we've got 6 chunks loaded around us at any given time. I'll probably build like a AFK spot somewhere on here so that, you know, particularly at the beginning when we're processing all the stuff, you really want to do it right. Okay. Do I have enough lights? Yes. Easily got enough lights. Man, I love frog lights. I built a frog light farm on, I think it was day 2, well, the second Earth Day. Oop, don't do that. The second Earth Day. So, I don't know. It wasn't long into the servers. Wasn't long into this particular season that we had a frog light farm. Because I went there to raid the bastion, get myself netherite or netherite upgrade. I don't watch anime. Haven't got anything against it. I just never really got into it. Part of the thing is though, I'm kind of a little bit older than most other people. I'm 42, so yeah. Having said that, like there's no age thing on anime. My best mate, he's right into it. Just, I don't know, just never really got into it. DC or Marvel? Why not both? We're currently watching The Flash, not the movie. I don't like how DC movies did The Flash, but we like the TV series The Flash from the Arrowverse with Grant Gustin. Really cool portrayal. I like Grant Gustin as an actor as well. So I've been introducing the family to that one. I've already watched a few seasons. I don't know. I think I'm up to season 5, so going back and watching all the earlier seasons with the family as well. So that's been pretty cool. They're like, there's so much happening because it's right at there's like multiverse stuff happening and all craziness. Don't worry, I didn't spoil anything. But no, it's pretty good. And then after that, I think we'll go Supergirl, because I don't know, Supergirl's awesome. Really like Melissa Benoist's portrayal, and I don't remember exactly how that one was. So we need, I like to put the thing, let's put things together. Thor's your favorite hero, hey? Yeah, Thor's pretty cool. Even though the Hemsworth brothers are Australian, they're from the other side of the country. Nah, we love them. For people who aren't familiar with Australia, the distance between myself and so I'm on the west coast and they're on the east coast. It would take me, 4 days to drive to where they are. So, not exactly close. Alright, we got that side. Has anyone watched the Loki series? What was I doing over there? I'll go over here. Really like Loki. Oh. No, there's something meant to be there. That. And that. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I really enjoyed the Loki series. It was good value, and seeing Wilson again. And that ending, my gosh, I'm not giving anything away, but whew, did not see that coming. I would assume that I should put that there, but I'll double check when I check the layer. One of my sisters is obsessed with Tom Hiddleston. Which, you know, I can understand that. Actually, probably one of my favourite series is Lucifer. It's on Netflix. Just the way, the storylines, and the way that they portrayed it, it's just so much fun. It just looks like the actors themselves were having a blast making it. And it's just a cracking good storyline. We want to make sure that we don't accidentally increase the length of time for those. I assume that's there. Then we have dust. That's right. This specific thing is called A-B tiling, where you have a repeating pattern, but it is on 2 different things. So it's 2. I guess another way of saying it is 2 wide tileable. I guess for this, you could do repeaters every one. But this is just a way of saving resources for this specific one. Sometimes you need to have a different setup, or they run into locking issues. Okay, let's go check our work. Back to the start. And is it that one? Or do we need to go? No, that's too far. Thanks, Saga. Saga says, if you enjoy the stream, make sure to like and subscribe. Love your work. Okay. And if you don't enjoy the stream, make sure to like and subscribe. Kidding, kidding. Alright. No, one more. Whoop. That one. Yeah, I deliberately missed that repeat. Come again. What? How? Fine, let's go this way. Yeah, I deliberately missed a repeater at the end of the road just because I wasn't... Oh, that's not right. So this is why we check everything. Yeah, because I wasn't quite sure. I wasn't 100% sure that I had remembered correctly. Come on. Oh, that's one of the things that Bedrock has over Java. You can't put like a repeater in. You can't put a repeater in water in Java. Yeah, so I did that. I did that deliberately, just to make sure. Hang on, why are you not locking? That should be locked. Oh, I don't have dust. See, sometimes this is why I have, so there's a particular pack you can get on Bedrock Tweaks, I think it is, where it literally shows, you know, the direction of the hoppers, and it also lights up whether it's locked or not. And it is amazing. And it also has this thing where when a observer is activated, my poor ankles, yeah, I fall a lot. When an observer is activated, let me see if I can find one. Sure, I can do that one. Flicks its eyebrows up. Woohoo! It's the little things that give us joy. Just for you, Red, that one. Okay, what do we got above this? So, let's build this one up a little. Ah, okay, so this is a basic item filter thing. Funnily enough, so I came up with this design, and then afterwards, after like using it for 6 months, a year or something, I discovered that it's actually quite popular among other people too. So I was like, sweet. It's always funny when you think that you've designed something and you realize nothing's really new. Everything, pretty much everyone's, like, in a constrained game like this, people have thought of pretty much everything. Whoa. Okay, so we've got a double there, double there. Alright, we're going to need, that's redstone. That's interesting. Okay. Did not realize that there was redstone on top of the blocks. Who is the most powerful mob in Minecraft history? Oh, that's a good one. Most powerful mob. I mean, some people say the Wither, but some of us use the Wither as a mining companion, so I'm not sure that's the correct answer. I usually get bodied pretty badly by by the dragon. I fought the dragon with Red, who's on this chat, and that's when I realised that there's whole different levels to this game. Not that one, that's glass there. Where's my ice? Here it is. Yeah, fighting the dragon with Red was an interesting experience. It's when you realise that some people are just better at the game than you. And that's okay. Actually, for this, I think I only need 64. So, yeah, so we'll just do that. Gonna need ice. Gonna need that. Let's go. We've got slabs. Got redstone. Anything else we need? Could probably do with some more. Ouch. Probably do with some more of that. Good enough for now. Ah, check this out. So, of all the randomest things, there's a zombie spawner right here. I'm sure there's a better way to showcase him, but for now I've just kind of stuck him there. It's a pity. It's a pity you can't like pick block it, because if I could, it'd make a great addition kind of right here. Can you imagine that? Witherstorm's second phase is the most powerful mob with, I'm going to say that's 1,000,000 hit points. I don't know, I just smack it a few times with my Smite 5 sword and it goes bye-bye. It's great for mining though, I'll give you that. So, that's there. Gonna have, no, I think I want one of those there. Gotta make sure that, when you do these that you put the direction correct. Yeah, so these ones go, come on. These ones go down, yep, that's right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do, oops, I think I'm gonna have to do that so that I can get the reds. This is gonna be annoying. Because this section here is for locking the hoppers when they're not in use. Let's work on the rest of it and figure it out from there. Good plan. Voila. And then these are going to have redstone over top of them. Yes. So this is a basic item filter going through there. That's there. Probably put that. Can deal with that later. We did smooth quartz. Like so, and that goes into there. We have a comparator on top. These go on there. Alright. Time to hide this and build. Woohoo! Excellent. I do like when it's all nice in rows like that. Makes it easier to see what's going on. Oh yeah, if you missed it before, I get ghost blocks. Yeah. So it's not much fun to build on GuildRock. For me, no one else seems to have the issue. I think it's simply because of being in Australia and because 1.20, 1.70 just kind of killed things for me. So, that was the other thing I needed. Glass. Grab some glass. Yeah, that'd be enough. Okay. So I have tested all the individual components separately. So hopefully when it comes time to roll the whole thing out, it all goes fine. But yeah, not gonna get to all that on this stream right now. If I can finish this section, that would be phenomenal. This way. Yes. Because one of the things also that you've got to take into account when building these is that you've got to be able to access the filters. That's one of the downsides of an octo hole. Like if you build it incorrectly, then you're not going to be able to reach the filters, and so if you ever want to change things over, this is also why I don't do the redstone wiring when I've got structure up, because I can't usually see when I've missed a spot. And it's kind of important to make sure that you get all the spots, otherwise your filters aren't going to work. I really do like how frog lights sound when you jump on them. Increase my bit rate, well, for the stream. At the moment, one of the reason why it seems all janky has got nothing to do with my internet or anything like that. It's because I am in Australia and I'm playing on a server that is based in North America, so it's just janky by its nature. If I was playing on an Australian server, see all this is not from the stream. I'm seeing this live as well. Yeah, just a downside of playing in Australia. But all the good servers are in America, so that's what we've got to work with. It's fine. Welcome, by the way, Renfrey. Welcome to the stream. Working on this main storage by Gorta Fame and Quarantena. They designed this and I've adapted it for survival. I'm currently building on the GuildRock SMP. So yeah, survival. So we've got an A/B tiling thing happening. Oops. Let's see. Yoink. I'm sure this is the most riveting thing in the world. to think and stream. I'm really not good at this. I apologize. But we're having fun hanging out together, yeah? Yeah, please tell me. No. Okay. So from here, let's finish off these item filters. So good having to wait for the ghost blocks to catch up. Oops. Not there. And glass. Have you ever seen, there's a video channel about Apollo, he's a parrot, and you can categorize different things, like you can figure out if something is glass. He's like glass. And if I go too fast, I get ghost redstone, which is just the best. There's no one else on and it's still misbehaving. Ever since 1.21, 0.70, yep, 0.70. It was fine before that. Like it wasn't perfect. You know, you're not going to get the same experience playing on a server as you are if you're, you know, playing on your home computer. Let's double check that that's all. Yep, no repeaters are out of timing. That's good. But by the same token, like, you know, the server was manageable. Occasionally a little bit laggy. You know, if someone wasn't practicing safe redstoning practices, as happens. But, you know, all in all, it was fine. Whoop. Now it's just going weird. So we'll see how much longer I end up playing on GuildRock. Maybe I'll take a break and then come back when it's playable again. Because it's literally just me. It's fine for everyone else. And simply because of where I live. Because I've got pretty decent internet. You know, it's fibre to the premises. It's basically the fastest stuff that you can get in Australia, which I admit isn't best in world, but you know, still pretty good. I'm still getting, you know, 300 megabytes per second download. So that's what, I don't know. I can't be bothered multiplying by 8 right now. But, you know, it's good. It's good for everything else. Just not for the lag on GuildRock. So, if nothing else, I've got to at least finish this before I take a break. Because, you know, you don't want to leave anything unfinished. I built a whole lot of tree farms and stuff on here. Really cool tree farms. Some designs by old Rusty, some of my own. Yes, I know I've got to get to doing the tutorial on my dark oak farm. It's coming. What was in there? There was dust in all these. Now I found a couple of issues with the dark oak farm, just with the way that it was triggering right at the end there, that I have fixed those, but given the way the AFK works. Yeah, I'm just not happy with it. I'm trying to figure out a way of being able to do AFK mode on the Dark Oak farm, but I'm just not, because the problem is that you need to crouch. You need to crouch when you're planting so that you don't end up. How good's that looking? I think I'll finish this off. Yeah, you need to crouch when you're planting, but if you crouch when you're in a minecart, no bueno. So we've got that, got the dust, and where did I put my lever? There we go. Alright, let's finish this up, and then we'll call it done for the day. So, to match all these, we're going to have these lamps in here. They're literally just for light, for show, for keeping things consistent. They're not actually functional in the sense of full or empty indicators. Alright, turn those things on. Woohoo! Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, this is going to be tricky, isn't it? Because if I put that on, yeah, it locks those. That's not ideal. I may have to power these differently, because I don't want to have those hoppers permanently locked. Otherwise, that'd be very bad. I might do it that way. Good enough for now. I'll probably have to change the power source later. But so here we are. We have the octahole, we have the mini bulk, and we have the bulk. It's coming on nicely. Ooh, glass is weird. Look at that. You can see straight through me. Alright, thanks everyone for joining in. Appreciate your company. Hope you had a good time, and I will see you in the next one.